VanLifeRocks. My name is Ray and welcome back to the channel. Day number 1046, living in my van. And we're coming up on 3 years living in my van full time. And I wanted to give you guys the top 10 steps which is needed to get into van life or RV life. You're going to be trading in a lot of your home comforts and material items and stuff and you're going to be trading all that stuff in for life experiences. And that's been my experience so far. I've gone so many different places and experienced so many new things. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, this is gonna be a longer video of mine. And so if you have any questions at all, just leave it in the comment section down below. I will answer all of them for you guys. All right, let's get started. All right, step number 1, you need to start downsizing. Start getting rid of all that junk. All that stuff that you've been holding on for so long just needs to go. Dump all that junk. So what I did, and it takes baby steps, what I did is I made 3 piles. One big pile of all the stuff I wanted to give away to family and friends. A second pile is the stuff I wanted to sell on Craigslist, Let It Go, Facebook Market. And my third pile was all the stuff I wanted to donate to charity. So, and it's hard. It's harder to get rid of all that stuff that you spent all this money on and you've been holding on for years. But you know what? Living in a van life or an RV life, you're not going to need these things anymore. So it's time to go dump all that junk. All right, number 2, continue to do research. Keep on watching those YouTube videos. I probably watched about 1,000 YouTube videos before I started my van build. And so there's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that share their experiences, travel tips, van builds, layouts. That way you can get an idea of what your plan is going to be in van life. All right, step number 3, come up with a plan. How do you want your van life, RV life experience to go? Do you want to be living in a city and live in a rig that's stealth? Or do you want to be out in the desert, in the mountains, and live that boondocking lifestyle? Or do you want to go from RV park to RV park? So you'll have to do some research and planning on what kind of RV club that you want to join. But yeah, come up with a plan. That way you can have an idea of how you want to set up your rig and what kind of rig you want to buy. All right, step number 4, you need to learn to adapt. You're going to be making a huge change. Your whole life you've been living in a house and you have all these comforts of air conditioner, Wi-Fi, endless electricity in a home and a nice comfortable bed, couch, yard, endless water and trash disposal. And so you're going to be trading a lot of those comforts into a lifestyle where you're going to be limited. So learn your limits. What are you able to adapt to? So my advice is go camping. Go camping now before you go full time. Go out there, see what you need. Can you live that lifestyle? Because to me, van life is like camping every day, which is amazing. And I'm able to go outside and hike and get outside and explore. And I've lost 50 pounds living this lifestyle because I'm out. I don't have access to a full refrigerator or a full cabinet full of chips and cookies and all kinds of stuff. I'm limited on what my life is now, so which is great. I have no problem, no issue with that. But yeah, know your limitation, be open to change, find out if you're able to adapt and know your limits, and that's step number 4. All right, number 5, what is your budget? How much money do you have to spend on an RV or van? Do you have a large budget so you could buy the nicest rig, the nicest van that you can that's already built out, in an Instagram van? Or are you on a tight budget? If you're limited on how much money you can spend on a van, my suggestion is try to buy the nicest, newest van that you could possibly buy, but make sure that you have money left over for the build. All right, step number 6, it's time to do some shopping. Now hold on, don't go out and buy a van yet. We'll get to that. But start collecting things that you need on the road. Start buying those USB devices, the fans, the lights, the little small stuff that is exciting to buy. You're changing your whole lifestyle into a van life. So it's nice to pick up those things now before you get the van or the RV, because right now, especially in 2020, it's hard to get those things. A lot of people are getting into van life and RV life, and they're changing their lifestyle, and so there's a high demand on all these USB devices, all this van life products out there right now. So a lot of this stuff is on back order. It's taking a couple extra weeks to get it, so start buying and start collecting these things that you need now. All right, that's shopping number 6. All right, step number 7 is time to do some shopping. It's the fun time. It's exciting too, so try to keep those emotions down a little bit. I know you're excited because this is going to be a complete lifestyle change. Don't buy the first van or first RV that you see, and also try to buy the nicest, newest vehicle that you could possibly get, especially if it's used. Get a professional to do a full-on professional inspection on the vehicle. Make sure all the systems are checked, the engine's checked, all the maintenance history is checked, all the DMV papers are all checked before you go out and buy this vehicle. It's exciting. Don't buy your first vehicle. You know, try to buy the nicest, newest vehicle that you can possibly get. Make sure you get it professionally inspected. Those $300 that you might use or spend to get the vehicle inspected, it's gonna be definitely worth it in the long run. Number 7, do some shopping. All right, step number 8, it's time to buy that van. You have it inspected. You're buying the nicest, newest van that you could possibly get. It's not the first van or first RV that you looked at. It's time to buy that van. And at any point something comes up that's questionable, make sure you get it checked out. Make sure you ask those extra few questions that's needed to be asked about that question. Slow down, take an extra day to think about it. If there's anything that's questionable at all during the buying process, just slow down. Take that extra day to think about it before you buy that vehicle. All right, step number 9, it's time for the build. You have this nice van, this nice RV, it's time to build it out. My suggestion is hey, take it for a weekend. Take it out to the desert, the mountains for the weekend, throw a sleeping bag in the back, and go for the weekend and just experience it, see what it's gonna be like. You've spent all this time researching, you spent all this time saving, budgeting, coming up with a plan, and you have this vehicle, and before you put on all this hard work, take it out for a weekend, enjoy it, and then come back. You're getting ready for the build, and if you're doing this build by yourself, it's gonna be a lot of work, a lot of sweat and blood and tears doing this van build, so enjoy it. And that's step number 9. All right, before we get to step number 10, make sure you hit a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. And if you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to answer any comments or questions that you guys have. And step number 10 is time to set a date. It's time to set a date because you're about to become homeless. You know, you're about to make a huge lifestyle change. Make sure you sell that extra vehicle, that extra car that you have that you're not going to need anymore. Make sure you let your landlord know to give your 30-day notice, or make sure that you sell that house that you have or rent out that house that you have right now. But set that date because you're about to become homeless. Enjoy the experience. Take it slow. Don't make those cross-country trips across the country and spend all that gas going across the country, and just take it slow. It's an experience. It's a journey. It's not the end. It's the beginning of a whole new life. Take it slow. Enjoy the journey. If you have any questions at all, leave down below. Until next time, VanLife rocks.